Data fetching, take one. Hi, my name is Cassidy Williams, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about data fetching and where it happens and when it should happen. When you're building an application, there's a few different times where you can fetch for data. And so data fetching is a concept that a lot of people have a lot of opinions on. Some people might say this is the wrong way to do it, this is the right way to do it. There's many ways to do it, and there's really no right or wrong way, but there are options for you. And so first of all, you can do it client-side. And typically, if you've heard of single-page applications, that all happens on client-side. And you can also have some sites that do it partially client-side. But that means that the data is fetched in the user's browser. So as a user is navigating around on your website, all the data is fetched on their end, on their computers, in their browser. And that's where the JavaScript is run. Another place where it can happen is on the server, and this is where something like server-side rendering comes into play, where the data is fetched as the website or as the data is called from the server. And so if you are really going to a website a ton and let's just say there's a lot of traffic going to a website, there's a big sale or something, with server-side rendering, it might be pounding the server a lot and it might be a little bit slow, but at the same time, personalization and search engine optimization is great on server-side rendering because it's all pulled from that server at once, built and done really well that way. There's also pre-building, and sometimes this is called static, but it's a little bit more than that, and that is where you call all of your data at build time. So when you deploy your website, all of the data is pulled from your CMS, from your APIs, from your databases, whatever, called at that time, and then when your users go to the page, there is no data being fetched. It is just done, it's done at that build time. And then there's also a combination of a lot of these, and that's incremental building. And this happens in things like deferred static generation, incremental static regeneration, distributed persistent rendering, all of these gigantic words, which basically mean that you're pulling in data later instead of at build time. And that means that most of your data is pulled in at build time, or as much of it as you can, but then the rest is kind of like server-side rendering, where it's being pulled in later as the user queries it. And that's it. I hope you found it fetch. I've been Cassidy, and I hope you've learned a little bit about data fetching today. And let us know if you have any questions, and check out some of the videos we have linked here.